So we were able to go from just being mobile to now switching over to a shop. This month was our first month that we hit like right there at 20K. You will never make your true potential either. If you're dreaming of making 10, 15, 20K yourself, you can't really do that working for someone.
All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with Mr. Evan Stoltz. Evan, can you introduce yourself, tell everyone who you are and what you do?
All right. Yeah. So my name is Evan. I am one of the owners of Alamo Auto Aesthetics. We're a film shop here in San Antonio, Texas, doing PPF, vinyl wrap, window tint, and ceramic coatings as well.
Okay, nice. And as briefly as possible, just brief. Can you explain like some of the results you've gotten working with us? Just a brief thing. I'll touch on that, expand on that just later on.
Yeah. So as far as like the results, like maybe sales wise.
Yeah.
Okay, sales wise. Well, before we started with you, we really weren't doing too much. We also were still mobile. So we were able to go from just being mobile to now switching over to a shop. So we've been at our shop for now about like 5 to 6 months. And then this month was our first month that we hit like right there at 20K. So that was like really good for us in such a short amount of time. So it's definitely been like really good progress working with you.
And tell us about, because obviously before this you used to work at another shop, you were kind of subcontracting. Tell us about how it was when you were working at another shop. Maybe what was going through your mind? Did you think some days like, oh man, I want to start my own shop, or kind of walk me through that?
No, definitely. There was a lot of days, almost every day I was like that, because I gotta admit, like who I was working for, it was not bad. Like I was gaining a lot of knowledge. I was doing everything, needless to say, but I was also working for a really good boss, like who was letting me really gain knowledge, and just I grew as a person in this industry because of them. So it was just a matter of time to just start my own thing. I knew I could do it. I was great with customers. I was great at doing the work. It was just time for me to just branch out on my own and do it myself. And pretty much I wanted to build my own brand. I wanted to start something that I started, and that like people will know that it was from me, and then our own brand, really. I wanted to do my own thing. So
and what gave you the courage to make that jump though? Because there's a lot of people, they're working for shops. They've thought about it just like you, maybe going home from work, they're like, damn, I want to start my own thing. What gave you the courage to do that?
Well, really, I just knew, like, how do I say it? I knew I also wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to make like all the final decisions on everything. I wanted to deal with the customers my own. I wanted to build my own brand. And it's also something that you can be proud of. I wanted to start my own thing. And also working for someone is not a bad thing. I will say that working for someone is not a bad thing, because you can gain knowledge. But let's just say this, you will never make your true potential either. Like if you're dreaming of making 10, 15, 20K yourself, you can't really do that working for someone. You truly can't. Like you can only get so far. But when you start your own brand and you just branch out and open your own shop, the sky's the limit. Like you're and at the end of the day too, what I learned thing with starting your own business, what the worst thing that's going to happen is just you fail. It's not like you're going to die or something drastic. All you're going to do is just fail, but you'll learn it, right? But you cannot fail. I learned this too. You cannot fail if you do the best job possible. Really, with a good marketing team too. Combine a good marketing team and do good quality work, you can't fail. It's almost impossible to fail.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a mindset issue, because at the end of the day, if we look at any problem, and this problem in particular, like you wanting to start your own shop, yes, you can be worried about failing, but if you actually break down the problem, there's no reason to worry, because if you break down like what do you need to run a successful shop, you just need leads, you just need to sell those leads, you need to know how to do the services. You already know how to do the services, you just need the first two things. So
I would say if you're confident enough that you can do the work, then go ahead and start your own business. If you know how to do the work and you can deal with the customers too, start your own business. What are you waiting for? That's what I tell people all the time. I've met plenty of people here in San Antonio that want to branch out, do their own thing, whether it's in this industry or other industries. At the end of the day, I tell them, if you can do, because I had a guy come and get some window tint the other day, and he's working for an electrician company, and he already got his license to start his own thing. And I told him, well, what's kind of holding you back? And he literally said that he's like the constant steady paycheck right now. And I get it. Sometimes that can be scary too, but you will never fail if you believe in yourself. You really won't.
Exactly. And it's really it's the mindset that holds people back. And I hope, after watching this, people will, maybe kind of think a little differently. But so coming back to, you said you wanted to start, where and how did you kind of find us when you said, okay, I want to kind of start, maybe you started doing a mobile, where did you find us? Like me, details. kiosking?
Well, I remember finding, like, hearing about you through a Facebook group. I can't remember exactly which Facebook group it was, and then I went on Instagram because they said I could see some of your videos and like see you and some testimonials on Instagram. So that's how I went and started looking at it.
Okay.
And then we reached out because I don't know if you remember, but I talked to like you and then two other places because I don't like to do like 20 different. I'm not like that much hopping around. I just like to
Yeah.
find the three best potential in my opinion,
Okay.
and then just see each one like who's going to offer the best deals as far as like what they can do. At the end of the day, like I don't mind spending more money if it's guaranteeing me leads. Like I don't care as long as someone is actually good at what they do and can get me the leads. So the money was a thing. But
and so you spoke to the three people. What was your thought process? What made you kind of go with us versus the other options that you spoke?
Well, I will remember one person specifically was putting down you and the other person that they never even met. And I'm not a big fan of people like that. I'll be honest. Like I don't like people that put others down just to make them sound better. So that was one thing that really like pushed me away with that guy. And then he was saying a lot of opposite. Like you and the other guy were agreeing on how to run ads and structure SEO kind of the same way with like backlinks and a lot of other words that y'all were mentioning. So y'all were similar in what you said with this other individual, but the third guy was just like bashing both of y'all and then also just saying like that's not the right way to do it. And he was like triple the price. So I was just like, okay, definitely don't want to deal with someone like that. It kind of just giving me like a bad vibe. And then it was just down to you and this other person. And then I just chose to go with you because I actually kind of connected with you a little bit better over the phone about the plan that we wanted to execute. So
okay. Obviously now we've been doing this for a few months. You're kind of, hit that 20K a month, you're at that number. How is, if anything, how is your head? Like how's life maybe a little different? What's your kind of approach to things now? Like what are you thinking these days in terms of like, what's going on in your head?
I will say this, it makes me more confident seeing the business grow and it makes me very happy. I'll say that, like it definitely is going somewhere.
Yeah.
As long as I continue to be the best and we deliver the best results at Alamo Auto Aesthetics, like everything's just going to keep going better.
Yeah.
So it's really confident and great to see something that you worked hard for grow.
Yeah. And one thing specifically like that for me is pretty cool. For you, obviously more because your business, obviously we're running ads, we're getting those leads, but getting those organic leads from your website, like obviously it doubled from last month. How does that feel? Like you have a website, you don't have to do anything and people are just reaching out to you, submitting a form that they want their car protected or they want their car tinted. Like how does that?
Oh, that's amazing because one, it doesn't cost you anything. So that's awesome. And it's just really up to you with any of the leads, but especially those, like they already clicked you, they found you organically. So they're interested. You just got to lock it in. Like you got to like pretty much seal the deal. And it's great because when I worked at this shop before I started my own thing, they were like one of the biggest shops here in town. Like they were dominating everything. And I was managing it, all that good stuff. And that's how it was daily, like just nothing but organic leads. And they were in business for like 10 plus years. So it's really good to be able to kind of get to a level of like a shop that's been in business for like 10 plus years. And I haven't even been in business for myself, at least for not even a year yet, really.
Exactly. Yeah. To me, it's just the fact that you can get leads from like literally nothing. It's pretty cool. I don't know.
It's amazing. It's like really great to see.
Yeah. And then
but I will say reviews help a lot. Like doing quality work and then getting the reviews from the quality work is very important. Without that, it wouldn't work as well. I will say you really got to do quality work.
Exactly. And you're the guy for getting the reviews.
Oh, definitely.
I'll tell everyone that.
Definitely that. Yeah, no, it's all about customer experience. That's really what it is. You can do an amazing job, but you got to give these customers the best experience possible.
Exactly. So last thing, obviously, I don't want to take up too much of your time here, but last thing, who would you recommend work with us and why? And then who would you recommend not work with us?
I would not recommend people who want to make money to work with you. And then I will recommend pretty much anybody. If you don't want to make any money, you just want to stay at $0 a month, then don't work with you. Okay. Just keep doing your own thing. But if you want to make money, you want to grow your business to where, like me, I had a vision, going to have a big shop one day, all the vehicles, like that's the goal. I want every single customer in San Antonio. That is my goal. So if you want to do that for wherever you're at as well, and you're in the same industry as me, I definitely would recommend working with you.
Okay. Thank you. All the subcontractors watching this video, now that Evan said it, you guys have to leave your shop tomorrow. Just sign the papers tomorrow.
Yeah, no, literally put in your 2 weeks. Put in your 2 weeks. Put in your 2 weeks.
Reach out to me, send me a couple grand and let's get it started. I'm just kidding. But obviously have some savings. You don't just quit your job like like that, have a game plan, and we can discuss that. And then just look at the future, because if you're when you're 50 and kind of retired and maybe just sitting in your chair, you probably think, I could have started that shop, I should have. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much, Evan, for taking out your time. I know you had a full body PPF to work on today, so really appreciate it. Any final words before we kind of end
Yeah,
this?
it's funny that you actually said that, because that was going to be one of my final words. But like, definitely make sure you do have a little bit of money saved up, and you don't have to even have like 5 grand saved up. Like, just like a couple grand could get you going. Really, a couple grand can really get you going. And if you have that saved up, there's no reason not to make the switch. And also, if you are looking to make the switch, you could always still work at where you're working at and start your own business. Really, at the end of the day, you can. There's nothing wrong with bettering yourself. So yeah, any subcontractor out there that's just unhappy with their current situation, better yourself, better your future, because at the end of the day, it's the best thing you could do for your life, really.
Yeah, you guys heard it here first from Evan Stoltz. Thank you, Evan, for the interview. All right, I'm gonna
Yep, thank you for having me too. I appreciate it.